Welcome to the Airbnb Roadmap, the podcast designed to navigate you through the entire journey of short-term rental success. Whether you're just starting out or ready to take your hosting game to the next level. My husband and I became super hosts within just months of launching our first Airbnb and have proudly kept that title ever since. With over 350 reviews and an overall 4.95 star ratings, we picked up a hack or two I'm excited to share with you. In each episode, I break down the strategies, insights, and industry secrets that set profitable short-term rentals apart. From choosing the right property, understanding local regulations, and obtaining your listing to go beyond just the basics. I'm here to share everything you need to succeed. So if you're ready to map out your path to Airbnb success and unlock the full potential of short-term rentals, join me on the Airbnb Roadmap. Your journey starts here. Hey, I'm Brittany Wenninger with From Porch Realty, powered by Real Broker LLC, and welcome back to another episode of the Airbnb Roadmap. Little life update for you. I record these, top secret. I record these episodes about a month in advance, so my life update is that by the time that you listen to this episode, we would be welcoming or already welcomed a little girl into our family, which is very exciting. Right now, I am recording this and it's the day before my due date, which is quite wild. So by the time that you listen to this, hopefully I would have already given birth to our beautiful little girl, which is wild because it's always been Clay and I, and our dog Maple. So it's always been the three of us, and we just go out, do adventures. We don't really think about stuff that much. Like if we want to go on the boat, we go on the boat, and so on and so forth. But now we will have a little baby, little newborn with us that we will bring on our adventures. It's one of those big things that I know it's easier said than done, but I am a true believer of having her just tag along with us and we just keep on going with our lives instead of our lives adjusting to her schedule. So again, I know it's easier said than done, and there's so many people that have been giving us amazing advice, beautiful advice, and it's just one of those things like Clay and I just have to figure it out on our own and figure out our routine and our systems to pretty much make her feel like she is as much loved as she is. So that is a little bit of a life update, just a little tiny bit. Just kidding. That's a huge life update. Ginormous. Welcoming a baby into your family it's big. It's crazy. So by the time that you listen to this episode, we would have already welcomed her. So hopefully I would be posting a photo of our cute little girl. And yeah, so there's that. Let's actually dive into today's episode, which is something that Airbnb rolled out that is a complete game changer, especially for those who want to get into the short-term rental space without owning a property. Yes, I said it. Without owning a property, you can now get into the Airbnb space and start managing properties. Now, is this the shiny new object? Absolutely. This got rolled out at the end of 2024, and there's a lot of people kind of chatting about this and saying that they want to be a co-host. So that is what Airbnb rolled out, is the co-host network. It's a platform that officially connects hosts who need help with people that actually have the skills to manage an Airbnb. So what the co-host network is, in short, Airbnb created this new feature to make it easier for hosts to find reliable and experienced help, and then for the experienced Airbnb operators to also get matched up with properties that need managing. So you pretty much have one listing that's just really struggling, they need a manager, and this new co-hosting network will match them with an experienced host that will actually work with you side by side to make your listing better. Now, before we actually get into kind of the details and all that good jazz about co-hosting, I will say what the co-host does is exactly what I teach you guys in my course called the Airbnb Roadmap Acceleration course. What we have done for our personal properties is we have actually completely automated the system, and I only spend about 30-ish minutes a week managing all of our Airbnbs. This is exactly what the co-host does, but it's a lot more expensive. So before you actually sign up to, receive a co-host and you already have an Airbnb, I highly suggest checking out my course because, again, we have automated all this stuff and it's going to cost you literally pennies versus what the co-host is going to cost you. So make sure to check out that course first. And then after you take the course, if you're still like, I just need that co-host, then go that route. But at least try a cheaper option first and then go the expensive route. That was just a little plug for my new course that just launched. Again, it's called the Airbnb Roadmap Acceleration course, and the link is below. Honestly, the price is not bad, and I do that for a reason because I don't think that anyone should inflate education. Like, the cost for education nowadays is really ridiculous, and I don't want to go into that path of just, charging you guys boohoo bucks for it. And if you are listening to this, I do have a promo code that will give you a little bit more of a discount. And the promo code will also be in the show notes. So make sure to use that because I want to treat my listeners with the utmost respect and treat them right. So use the promo code and go check out the course before actually signing up for this co-host network. Okay, so let's actually get into what co-hosts actually do. And again, I teach this in my course, but this is what co-hosts do. Services offered can really vary depending on the host needs. So there's some hosts that will say, hey, I will manage the guest communication before, during, and after a stay. I will handle all the check-in and check-outs, coordinate with the cleaner and the turnovers, managing calendar availability, pricing adjustments, writing and improving listings, and so on and so forth. They may even cover basic maintenance. Also, in some cases, co-hosts do offer staging or furnishing the property before it even goes live, which is nice, but also you need to make sure that what they are doing is actually trendy and the furniture is worth your while. So if you're someone who knows how to deliver a 5-star experience, this could actually be a really good revenue stream for you. In the terms of what co-hosts actually make, the standard range is anywhere from 10% to 25% of the booking revenue, depending on the level of service they're providing. So remember when I said booking revenue? This is pretty much what the guest is paying for, and the co-host is taking 10 to 25% of that, which is not the net revenue. This is the gross revenue. So if the guest pays $500, then the co-host will get $50. And let's just say that it's 10% because that was really easy math. I really suck at math. So the co-host will get $50 from that stay. Now, I can guarantee you that every single co-host, because they're savvy, they literally just automate everything. But if you are the experienced host and want to get into this network and this avenue, you can make a lot of money really fast if you definitely can show people how experienced you are. I will admit, I have thought about doing this myself, becoming a co-host. Now, the reason why I'm not doing it is because I have so much on my plate already, and I just, I launched the course, I have my mentorship program, I have a new baby, and we are constantly trying to grow our portfolio just like you guys. So, do I have a lot on my plate? Absolutely. Could I take on the co-hosting career path as well? I could. Do I want to at this time? I don't. Will I in the future? I never say never anymore because you just never know. So there is that. Now, if you are that person, that you are that co-host that is having this as, another revenue stream, some of them do charge a flat fee or a setup fee in addition to the percentage. So not all of them say I want 25% or 15%. They might just charge you a flat fee, which I think I would like a flat fee other than a percentage, because realistically, the higher the guest pays for the nightly stay, it's not really as like more work or less work. So if they are getting charged like $1,500 because they stayed in the property for 5 days, it's actually less work, I think. Well, I shouldn't say less work. Like, they may have like more questions and so on and so forth, but the check-in and check-out's still going to be the same. Usually the people that are staying in a property for 5 nights, like, they just kind of want to be left alone anyways. And when you charge a flat fee, then you know exactly what your projected revenue stream will look like. So I personally like the flat fee, but I mean, you do when it comes to like charging people. But that's just my own personal opinion. Thinking of listing your property on Airbnb? Here's an exciting opportunity just for you. When you sign up and use my name, Brittany Wenninger, you'll receive exclusive guidance on your profile. I'll work with you personally to make your listing shine, highlighting what makes your property special, appealing to the guests, and ensuring it stands out from the rest. Plus, you'll receive $48 when you launch and host your first guest in 180 days from signing up with the link in my show notes. It's a unique chance to get an insider perspective and boost your listing's appeal from day one. Don't just list your property. Let's make it unforgettable. Again, sign up by clicking the link in the show notes, and let's elevate your Airbnb game together. Now, I am getting a lot of questions of like, hey, Britt, I'm looking into the co-host platform and I'm curious to know, like, do you need to be a local to be a co-host? The answer to this is honestly, it all depends. Airbnb is prioritizing local co-hosts in this network, meaning they're currently focusing on matching people within the same area. This is because having someone nearby to handle emergencies or last minute needs creates a smoother experience for the guests. That said, though, if you already have systems in place or partners like cleaners and handyman on the ground, you may be able to manage properties remotely, but you'll need to prove that you got the infrastructure dialed in. I personally would rather see people be boots on the ground, because this is one of my biggest pet peeves with property managers, is that they say that they manage your property, but honestly, they have never even gone into your property. And if someone needs to quickly turn off the water, they need to know like where that water shut off valve is. And a lot of property managers just don't have that. Now, another question I have been asked is, do I need to have co-hosted before? Technically, yes. Or at least you need hosting experience. To apply as a co-host, Airbnb wants to see strong track records, which makes sense because they're trying to match up the people that need help with their listing with the experts. So your Airbnb account needs to be in good standings. You need to complete the verification process and also maintain a guest rating of 4.8 or higher over the past year. So if you're hosting your own Airbnb and crushing it, this is a natural step. If you have never hosted before, then you do need to get on the platform and not really sign up for the co-hosting network because you won't be qualified for it. But fun fact, this has already been in play for years and years and years, that people co-host with their buddies or a family member and literally just like do exactly what Airbnb is pretty much preaching, but now there's a whole platform for it and there's a search bar for it. So you could just like ask a buddy or, anyone that that has an Airbnb and just say, hey, could I be your co-host for a year? Get a good track record for your account and then officially, quote unquote, officially sign up for the co-hosting network. Now, when you go on Airbnb and you say find a co-host, what happens is it's going to ask you where you want your co-host to be. So like, let's just say Wisconsin Dells. I need a co-host in Wisconsin Dells. So I'll type in Wisconsin Dells and then all these co-hosts will start popping up. From there, it does say the type of service that they provide. So do they handle, again, the communication? Do they do staging and whatnot? And then that co-host is now connected with you. So essentially what Airbnb did late 2024 is that they just made it easier for people to find other people. It's literally it. And overall, yes, it's like the new shiny object because Airbnb is like promoting it like crazy. There's a lot of people that are doing like the affiliation code for this. A lot of people are just saying like, hey, I want to become it. Will they stick with it for a couple years? Maybe if they have the right systems and they don't get too overwhelmed, but maybe not. Maybe they're like, you know what, like this isn't my own property. I really don't care as much as my own property. And I just need to get out of this space because it's too much work. So we'll see where this goes in a year or two. But overall, it was already here for many years. It's just now there's literally a search bar that kind of helps you find co-hosts instead of you going on Facebook and being like, hey, I need help managing. I need a co-host. Or you finding a property manager. One thing I will add is the biggest difference between a co-host and a property manager is a co-host will connect to your own profile, your own listing. So if you just feel like that the co-host networking is not working out, the co-host that you picked, isn't the right fit for you, then you can let them go and you still get all of your reviews. That is huge because property managers will take your listing, put it on their profile, and collect all of the reviews. So when you try to fire or like let go, I guess is the nicer term, when you try to let go your property manager, you don't get any of those reviews. And that's why so many people feel stuck because they're like, oh, they have all my reviews. If I let them go, I'm literally starting from scratch. That's the biggest difference between co-hosts and property managers. Co-hosts just tag along on your listing, and if you let them go, you get to keep all the reviews. No harm, no foul. Just mosey on with your life. Property managers, though, you are definitely kind of more stuck than you are with a co-host. So overall, my personal opinion about co-hosts is that I like it. Will I do it? Again, I don't know. I might take it up in the future when my plate's a little bit less full. But overall, I think that if you are an experienced host that wants another income avenue or income stream, I think you should absolutely check it out and see what it's all about. See if it's a good fit for you. Because if you already qualify for that position, why not? If you already made the systems and automations, why not? And if you are the person that just needs help, again, I personally would do some education and some learning and figuring out the systems and automations to make your listing better before doing the co-host, because overall it's going to cost you a lot more money than just taking a online course that you can go at your own pace. So I would highly consider doing the course first and then doing the co-hosting, because we want to maximize the amount of money in your bank account, right? We want to make you boohoo bucks. We don't want to charge you boohoo bucks. So if you are curious about co-hosting or even the course, make sure to reach out to me. All of these links are in the show notes, or you can just shoot me a message on my Instagram, the Airbnb Roadmap podcast, and I will be happy to help you out. But till then, I will see you in the next episode of the Airbnb Roadmap. Thanks for joining me on the Airbnb Roadmap. If you're loving these episodes and want to keep the conversation going, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with someone who's ready to dive into the world of short-term rentals. Got a question or topic you would love to hear about? Reach out. This podcast is all about learning and growing together. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the Airbnb Roadmap Podcast, for more tips, tricks, and behind-the-scene insights. Until next time, here's to turning your short-term rental dreams into thriving realities. I'll see you back here soon.